discuss this concept this day is Chidimma Udeh, who is a program officer at DC. Good morning, Chidimma.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. And I also have Doomie Nyager.
Doomie Nyager.
Nyager, okay. She's also a program officer at this with DC. Good morning. Well, Chidimma, tomorrow is the Safer Internet Day 2021 celebration. Can you share some, highlights and let us know what that is all about?
Okay, so SID, Safer Internet Day, it's a global event that started in 2004. It has grown and it's now being celebrated in approximately 170 countries worldwide. And from cyberbullying to social networking to digital identity, each Safer Internet Day aims to raise awareness of emerging online issues and also current concerns. So as a popular global event, SID usually takes place on the second day of the second week of the second month of every year. And this year it's going to be celebrated on the 9th, which is tomorrow. But due to COVID-19 pandemic, we at PPDC will be celebrating SID virtually.
Okay,
so,
that's what you'll be doing?
Yes, this year we are going to be celebrating the 18th edition virtually. And of course, the theme for this year is Together for a Better Internet. And it's a day that calls upon all stakeholders to join together to make the internet a safer and a better place for all, and most especially the young internet users.
Okay, so that's about the plans for this year's.
And yeah, that's the plan for this year. So even though it's virtual, we planned it in a way that it's going to be interactive and engaging for the student, because we're going to have the school children, teachers, parents, and few stakeholders that are in the education sector. So we are going to make it more interactive, questions, video being words, so that it's not just us talking. We'll make it interactive for them to also, and there are prizes, questions to be asked, and winners of course are going to be awarded during that day.
Okay, that's interesting. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the plans towards celebrating the Safer Internet Day, which is tomorrow. Now, Doomie, tell us about the Web Rangers program. How can one be a part of this program, and who can also be a part of this program, and what are the benefits?
Okay, so the Web Rangers program is like an extracurricular club like we have in schools where people have like drama clubs. So it's for extracurricular activity, but majorly to bridge digital literacy among young children and help them know their digital rights. And so it's much more about creativity and innovation. So they are given the opportunity to develop let's say campaigns that would help, so that they can also reach out to their own peers, which are also very engaging for them. So it's also like a learning avenue, however in a less formal setting, so that they're able to relate to what it is and pass across this message. And it's for young students from ages 10 to 17. And how you can be a part of it, you go to our DC website, www.dcnigeria.org, and there's a form there, so you can fill the form as an individual, but mostly for Nigeria, we encourage that you fill the form as a school and your club, so that you have a group of people you're working with, you send in your application, and then from then on, you get a response from us, and then you start to have your activities and develop your programs and extracurricular activities, and we would also collaborate with you on that. So.
Okay, that's interesting. So, Chidimma, what are some of the next steps after the celebration for your team?
Okay, so just like my colleague just said, after this we are going to be running our annual Become a Web Ranger 2021 application, which immediately after SID is going to be open for students to apply. So we're encouraging schools to reach out to us and apply. It's an interactive activity. We have a lot of planned out interactive activity for this year. Before you can be part of those activities, you really have to become a Web Ranger, join the Web Rangers community before you can actually be part of any of the activities that we are going to be announcing during the year.
Okay, so what's the name of the app again?
It's a website.
Website,
yes.
Sorry.
It's a website, DC. So towards the end of this program, I will give out all our social media handles and websites.
All right. Okay. So Doomie has mentioned the online safety curriculum. What's the plan, and why is it important for states to commence the use across schools in the States?
Okay, so we had the opportunity to develop an online safety curriculum alongside NERDC, and it has been approved by the Ministry of Education and is supposed to be implemented and infused into the curriculum in schools across the country. However, last year, of course, we would have also done major trainings, but of course, because of the pandemic. However, it's very important that people, irrespective of, the bridge or the barriers that we have right now because of COVID, are able to, use this online safety curriculum. Because first of all, for me, I think it is about bridging the gap. Because if not for anything, COVID also exposed how porous our educational system is. So because we're not used to or we're not open to using technology for and infusing it into our educational use, then people at home, they cannot study, they cannot be in classes. Now we have this online safety curriculum. Beyond that, it's also giving knowledge to students and younger people and even the teachers about what to do on the internet, how to use the internet safely, and how to interact with people online, because we have so many young people exposed to internet use, devices that they don't even know what they are doing with. And so this is just for exposure to knowledge and people knowing how to use this knowledge in the right way and responsibly. And so it's important that states don't just take it as one of those things that we have done, but are able to truly infuse this into and implement it into their curriculum. But I guess, again, because of how our educational system is, it's also be difficult because how many teachers across government schools actually have the knowledge, technological knowledge. And so when we're even talking about bridging the gap, because you see that there's a gap that needs to be bridged between like private schools and then government schools, which are much more than private schools across the country. Because like when we had even started talking about, before even the proper implementation of this online safety curriculum, we go to private schools and then they at least have a portion of that already in their subjects, and they're able to teach that, and their kids are able to relate and catch up quickly. Or you go to a government school and you just see that the gap is so much, and nobody's doing anything about it. People are just relaxed. At best, you have computer rooms, and then they're just computers that are lying there and not used. So it's very, very important that we take this seriously as much as we take every other thing, because it's right now we're in the 21st century. We're not going back, so technology is moving forward and we want to catch up.
Well, but your assessment, how would you say the states have done? I mean, the ones you've worked with so far.
Honestly, they're not doing a good job, and it's so it just feels like one of these policies again in Nigeria where it has been implemented and then the Ministry of Education has given an approval, but so what is the plan? What is the workable plan to make sure truly that these things are being used and for our own benefit and for the school? So it's just another loophole that we have gotten into, like other policies in Nigeria where we have this and then people are not using it. So it's not because it is not available, but it is not being used.
Not being used as effectively as it should. Well, Chidimma, do you want to add to?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that, just like Doomie said, I know we ran some trainings last year across the states, and even during COVID-19, we tried reaching out to the commissioners in the states, and they just keep coming up with excuses to why, but not coming up with, okay, I know there are challenges, but how do we now mitigate these challenges? Because we are in a digital age. The internet is here to stay, and the sooner we get into the digital era and flow with it, the better for us, because we are so focused on analog system. That's just the program. And in school, that's what they experience in school, analog. And COVID came and see what happened. A lot of the kids needed to be online in order to continue their learning.
Yes,
but then what about them being online and not being safe? What are the safety tools and services have you guys put in place to actually keep these kids safe online? If they are using Zoom, anybody can hack into that system. Anybody can hack into that system. So there are no proper safety tools that have been put in place to secure them. Now we have this curriculum. All they need to do is just to mandate schools. And we have teachers' guide, not just the curriculum. We also have teachers' guide that have like spelled it out simply on how each teacher can use it down to the grassroots. So any teacher across Nigeria can actually pick up that teacher's guide and make use of it, and it's free. We made mass production last year, and we've been distributing it to various schools. But it's not just about giving them. We need to see that they're actually using it. We need to see it in their exams, in their tests. They need to test the students about their online safety knowledge.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we want to see them doing this year.
So as you celebrate the the Safer Internet Day tomorrow, what would be the focus? What would be the drive? To the kids, all the rangers, web rangers, all those that will join and everything.
So the drive for tomorrow, like I said, it's just the day that we celebrate.
Okay, just celebrate.
Yeah, but all through the year, we are still going to be advocating for online safety among young internet users.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, we are just going to celebrate in remembrance. Okay, we've been creating awareness. Today, everybody across the world, millions of people are just going to come together to remind everyone again that online safety is the key, both at home, at school, anywhere you are. You need to stay safe. And then to parents, they also have a responsibility. They are there because while their words are in school receiving the online safety training, when they get home, they have access to these devices. So parents also have roles that they need to play. So tomorrow we're also going to be enlightening them that look, there are softwares out there that you can use to monitor your kids' online activities. Whether you're at home or at work or you travel, you can still be in charge of your kids' online activity rather than restricting them. Because what most parents do these days is to restrict their kids. They'll be like, no, I don't want them to go online. But once they are not there and they mingle with their friends who also have those devices, you see that they're already online. So rather than restricting them, why can't you put the safety tools in place
for the kids?
And be in charge of the kind of content that they access online?
Very, very true. In fact, it's very, very important. So you talked about all the addresses that you need to give out for all to key in. But by the way, if you want to join in the conversation, I have Chidimma and Doomie. Yes, right here in the studio from the Public and Private Development. Of course, is the Safer Internet Day, and the arm of PPDC that does that is DC. We are discussing what's going to happen tomorrow as they celebrate. So if you want to ask questions, if you have any thoughts and comments you want to share with us this morning, please do so. So Chidimma, go ahead.
Yeah, and also I wanted to add, we also have a competition that is currently ongoing.
Okay.
And we tagged it Together for a Better Internet. So this is just to get kids to use their own creativity and produce content that they can use to advocate for online safety among. So they understand each other, they know the languages that they use at their level. So they are going to be producing skits and vlogs just to advocate for online safety. And of course, we are going to reward the best. The competition, the entries will be judged, and then the best will be rewarded.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. My name is Tom. I'm calling from the
Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Yes, I've heard you talk about school curriculum as one of the topics. What is school curriculum?
Okay, you want her to answer that now?
Yes, I'm listening. What is school curriculum? Not just that word.
Okay, but that's not the focus, Mr. Tom.
Not talking about one of the packages that you will be given with the school curriculum. So I wanted to understand what is school curriculum.
Okay, all right. So just listen on. They will answer the question. Thank you for calling.
So I am on because I want to contribute.
All right. Do you want to?
Mr.
respond?
Tom, we actually talked about an online safety curriculum and not school curriculum. So online, yes.
What is the online safety curriculum?
The online safety curriculum has been infused into the Nigerian school curriculum. So just like you have other subjects like mathematics, social studies, it has been infused into it so that students in schools are able to learn about how to use the internet safely and responsibly. So this is another arm of teaching people about how to be safe online and digital literacy, if you say so. So that is what it is. So it is not a standalone subject. It has been infused into subjects across the already existing subjects in our Nigerian school curriculum.
Yes, okay. I'm happy. You have very good idea about the thing. That is on online syllabus. School curriculum is school timetable. I wouldn't say you are wrong, particular, but because most time, not only you, many people will come and talk about school curriculum. Let's change school curriculum. No, you cannot change school curriculum. It's constant. It's just school program. But when you want to bring additional or something that has to be learned, you are talking about inclusion in the school time syllabus.
No.
That's why I want to go. I want to give this opportunity. That's why.
Hmm? Thank you very much, Mr. Tom. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to say anything to that? I think there's no need for that because that's not even the focus, you know. I think the message is on safe internet. The lexicons here, I mean, I think we all understand what we're saying. So basically, you're treating my ground something.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to, I don't know, can I go ahead and give out the social media?
Please feel free.
And I was talking about our competition. So
Yes,
it's going to be announced, it's currently ongoing. So the winners will be announced after seed on our various social media platforms. We're on Instagram and Twitter as DC_Nigeria. That's DISI_Nigeria. And then on Facebook as DC Nigeria. That is DISI Nigeria. And of course, you can go onto YouTube and watch some of our videos that are on YouTube, Web Rangers Nigeria. And you see some of the amazing things that these students, these young internet users, some of the creative and useful contents that they have produced in the past. Watch it and then be part of the Web Rangers community. Reach out to us, your school, even as individual, as a parent listening. Reach out to us and get your kids, get your wards to be part of this Web Rangers community.
All right, so you heard it there. Someone is asking if the event is free, even though you say it's virtual, so it has to be free.
Yeah, it's free. We are going to be just follow us, stay tuned with our social media platform. We are going to be putting the link, the Zoom link to the there, so you can have free access to it.
Okay.
And it starts tomorrow at 10.
All right. So if you follow them, I'm sure that's not going to be a problem as you have the access or the link that will get you and the kids. You know, so and I think I like the fact that you're saying that most of the time, if these people want to register, they have to come as a school, right?
Yes, it's preferable that they do that as a school, so they can form a club, and it just helps. It's easier to handle them that way.
Okay.
And also, in addition to that, because they are kids, we can't work directly with kids. We need consent either from the school or from their parents.
All right.
So if they are coming as an individual, they come through their parents. If they are coming as a school, they come. If they are coming from the school aspect, they have to register through their school. Yes, and like she stated, we need them to create a Web Rangers club, because from that club we can have a direct access to them, providing all the content they need, the trainings and whatever activities that they need to engage with.
All right.
It also helps for when we have the Web Rangers Summit, so we're able to pick people who have been participating heavily and contributing, so that they are able, because usually we'd have a Web Rangers Summit at the end of the year where Web Rangers from South Africa, Kenya converge together in one of those host countries. Last year we couldn't have it because, of course, the pandemic. We're still watching to see how it goes this year, but still we would have a summit, but we might tweak it here and there. But it's just easier to identify students when they are in clubs, Web Ranger clubs, as opposed to individuals. Yes, and even if they need to travel, it's safer that way, as opposed to handing over one child. And, you know, parents feel safer when people are in groups, and that is what we also are trying to advocate for: safety. So online and offline.
And offline safety. That's interesting. Hello, good morning. Morning to you. Tell us your name. Okay, Mr. Agaba, go ahead.
I want to say that what your guest is doing is a laudable thing. I'm an educationist myself, and over time I've advocated for ICT knowledge for children in school, because the world is going digital. We can't stick to the analog way of doing things, and we are training workforce for a digital world. So if our children are going to work in a digital world, we should train them with a digital skill from as early as possible. So it's a laudable program, and I want to thank her so much.
Thank you.
So that in any way she needs them, we'll be here to help. And The other caller gave a definition of curriculum that is misleading. If you permit me, I would like to also correct that.
Okay.
Only defined as the totality of student experience that occur in the education process. It is specifically a planned sequence of instruction or to a view of the student's experience in terms of the educator's or school instructional goal. It simply means what the school wants the children to become at the end of the day. What are the programs and activities you put together to help achieve what you want them to become?
All right.
A set of whatever was it that he said. When we come on air, we should ensure to put out the right information so that we don't mislead people.
Thank you. All right. I appreciate Mr. Agaba. Yes.
Thank you.
Interesting. I mean, it's good that you put that in the right perspective. Well, as we begin to round off this discussion, what would be your final words, ladies? Who would go first?
Okay.
All right.
I'll go first. So first, kids at this age, at this level, while they're in primary and secondary school, while parents train them on offline safety, don't cross the road without looking at your left or right. They practically live online. So we should always bear in mind that while we are conscious about their offline safety, we should equally be conscious about online safety. There are predators online, there are strangers online. The way you tell them not to talk to strangers offline, you should also endeavor to educate your kids not to talk to strangers online. And they can only know about that if you build their online safety knowledge. It's very vital in this age, whether the ones that are in school or the ones that are out of school. At the end of the day, they're still going to mingle. So online safety is for everyone to have access to.
Okay, Doomie.
Okay, and just of course wrapping up, and in addition to what Chidimma said, I think it's also important that we realize that knowledge begets value. So if you're not knowledgeable about something, you can't hold it in, and value it enough to know that, oh, this is helpful for me. Now, people need to know that we're not just sitting and wanting to have a project about online safety. It's very, very important. And while we're also advocating for children who are our focus, especially because of how vulnerable they are, we need to not neglect the fact that parents are not exempt from this. Teachers are not exempt from it because they are the ones who are supervising these kids. And they should not see it as an avenue to clamp down on the use of the internet for their young ones. But they should also, try to improve their knowledge so they're able to understand where their kids are coming from. They're able to know how to nurture them and teach them on how to use the internet safely. So it is collaborative work from parents, from teachers, and the kids, and everyone around. So we're not just leaving it for some people. And just so that, of course, at the end of the day, we're all responsible towards the internet, when we use the internet, and towards the people around us online and offline.
Okay. Well, I've been talking with Chidimma Udeh and Doomie Nyager, who are program officers at DC this morning, talking about the Safer Internet Day that will be celebrated tomorrow. I hope you got the web address or all the social media handles. You may want to call back quickly.
Yeah, and also to give our number, our
Okay.
contact, in
Alright.
case you want to reach us on that. So our number is 090 305 94468. I'll take that again. 090 305 94468. And of course, we're on Instagram and Twitter as DC_Nigeria. That's DISI_Nigeria. Facebook, DC Nigeria, DISI Nigeria, and on YouTube as Web Ranger Nigeria. So get across to us, reach out to us, and we'll provide any further information.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming over. I wish you all the best with the celebration tomorrow.
Thank you, Swar.
All right.
Thank you.
So that's how it's been today on Budeshi. Well, we'll come back again when they do come back. Stay with us. I'll come back to say my goodbyes on Morning Crossfire.